There's something truly remarkable about knowing that in every season there is a God who loves us unconditionally, whose faithfulness never wavers. When life is beautiful and when it's hard, when we feel strong and when we feel broken, his love stands as a constant. In a world where so many things change, his steadfast love remains the anchor that holds us together. Today, let's pause to say, thank you, God. Thank you for being the God who doesn't change, the God who is with us every step of the way, and the God who wraps us in a love that is both gentle and strong. God's love is deeper than we can imagine. We see glimpses of his love all around us, in the kindness of strangers, in the warmth of loved ones, in the beauty of creation. It's the kind of love that doesn't have to be earned because he gives it freely. When we fall short, he draws us close, always inviting us back with open arms. Thank you, God, for loving us even when we struggle to love ourselves. Life is filled with mountaintops and valleys, moments of triumph and times of trial. Through it all, God's faithfulness never fails. When we walk through dark times, feeling lost or afraid, he is there, guiding us gently, whispering hope into our hearts. We might not always understand the journey, but we can always trust in the one who walks beside us. Thank you, God, for being faithful, for holding us up when we feel like falling. Everything around us changes, friends come and go, seasons shift, and life often takes unexpected turns. Yet, in the midst of it all, God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. His promises are true. His love is sure, and his presence is constant. Thank you, God, for being our steady foundation when everything else feels uncertain. We are imperfect. We stumble and fall, and sometimes we let others down. But God's love covers us. His forgiveness is unending, a reminder that our mistakes don't define us. No matter how far we may drift, his love draws us back, washing away our guilt and making us new again. Thank you, God, for giving us grace that we don't deserve and for loving us without condition. When we look back, we can see how God has provided exactly what we needed, often in ways we didn't expect. He's opened doors that seemed closed and made a way where there seemed to be none. Even when we faced lack or uncertainty, his hand of provision has been there. Thank you, God, for meeting our needs, for knowing exactly what we need even before we ask. We all experience loneliness at times, but with God we are never truly alone. He's our friend, our confidant, the one who knows our heart's deepest cries. We can pour out our soul to him, knowing he understands us fully. Thank you, God, for being a friend closer than any other, for never leaving or forsaking us. God's love doesn't just accept us, it heals us. In our wounded places, in our brokenness, his love seeps in like a soothing balm, restoring what life's hardships have taken. Thank you, God, for bringing healing to our hearts, for mending our spirit, and for the peace that flows from being loved so completely. Because we have been loved by God, we can share that love with others. His kindness, his mercy, and his faithfulness are an example that helps us to love others more fully. Thank you, God, for showing us what love really looks like, for teaching us to be kind, forgiving, and patient. Even when we don't see immediate answers, God hears every prayer. Each tear, each whispered word, he listens and responds in his perfect time. He works behind the scenes, weaving together a plan that is better than anything we could dream. Thank you, God, for hearing us, for responding to our cries, and for answering our prayers in ways that bring glory to your name. God's love and faithfulness aren't just for us. They extend to generations past and those yet to come. We can look back on the lives of those who came before us and see how he has been faithful through their stories, guiding, protecting, and blessing them. And because he was faithful to them, we can rest assured he will be faithful to us and our children. Thank you, God, for your promises that stand the test of time, for being the same loving God to every generation. Life can be unpredictable, and there are times we're faced with storms we never expected. Yet, in the middle of those storms, God becomes our refuge. We can run to him and find safety, knowing he will hold us through every trial. His faithfulness is our shelter, and His love is our comfort. Thank you, God, for being our strong tower and the safe place where we can rest when life feels overwhelming. Even when we question, even when we doubt, God remains faithful. He understands our humanity, our struggles, and our fears, and He doesn't turn away when we wrestle with our faith. In moments of doubt, He gently reassures us and reminds us that His love doesn't waver because of our uncertainties. Thank you, God, for your patience with us, for holding us close even when we question and struggle to believe. Sometimes life leaves us feeling lost or unsure of the next step, but God's faithfulness means He won't let us stay lost. He provides guidance through His word, through the quiet whispers in our hearts, and through the wisdom of others around us. Thank you, God, for leading us back to you every time, for being our guide and the one who knows the way when we cannot see it ourselves. God's love isn't just shown in grand gestures or miracles. It's also present in the small, everyday moments. It's in the beauty of a sunrise, the kindness of a friend, or the peace that fills our hearts in a quiet moment. These little reminders are proof that God is with us in both the big and small parts of life. Thank you, God, for the love notes you leave us in simple, everyday moments. Seasons come and go, and each brings its own challenges and joys. Yet, in every season, whether it's a time of growth, waiting, loss, or joy, God's love remains constant. His faithfulness is not dependent on our circumstances, but is instead the unchanging foundation we can lean on. Thank you, God, for being faithful in every season, for knowing exactly what we need and providing it in your perfect timing. Spiritual growth is a journey, and sometimes we stumble. Yet, God is patient with us, giving us grace as we learn and grow. His faithfulness means He doesn't give up on us even when we fall short. Thank you, God, for walking with us, for encouraging us to grow in your love, and for celebrating each step we take closer to you. In a world where it's sometimes hard to feel understood, God knows us completely. He knows our hearts, our fears, our dreams, and our struggles, and He loves us anyway. There's incredible peace in being fully known and fully loved by God. Thank you, God, for accepting us just as we are and for showing us a love that understands and embraces us. Physical, emotional, and spiritual wounds can leave scars, but God's love brings healing to our hearts and minds. In His faithfulness, He meets us where we are and gently restores our soul. Whether it's mending a broken heart, restoring our peace, or healing past hurts, His love is the balm that makes us whole. Thank you, God, for being our healer, for the renewal that only you can bring. God's faithfulness isn't only for our past or present. It extends to our future. Because we know His character and His love, we can look forward to the future with hope, knowing He will be with us every step of the way. Thank you, God, for the gift of hope, for giving us a reason to believe that no matter what lies ahead, we are secure in your hands. Earthly love fades and people pass away, but God's love is eternal. No matter where we go, His love goes with us. It's a love that carries us beyond this life and into eternity. Thank you, God, for a love that doesn't end, for a faithfulness that spans beyond time, and for a promise that nothing can separate us from your love. Today, we say thank you, God, for your love that covers every hurt and every fear. Thank you for your faithfulness that has never left us, even in our darkest days. May we never forget that we are held by a love so powerful, it has changed the course of our lives. Let us go forward with hearts full of gratitude, walking confidently, knowing that we are loved by a God who never changes, never falters, and never lets us go. As you step back into the day, today, remember that this steadfast love and faithfulness we've spoken of is for you every single day. Lean into it. Let it be your strength, your comfort, and your guide. And may you find peace in the knowledge that God is always with you, always loving you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more encouragement as we journey together in faith and gratitude.